What is up, YouTube? Today, we're diving into the best MINI-14 attachments and calibrations in Delta Force. The Mini-14 is a fast-firing, semi-auto marksman rifle built for mid-range fights. It deals 25 damage per shot, and it fires at 590 rounds per minute, giving it a 305 millisecond time to kill up to 90 meters. That makes it one of the fastest killing marksman rifles in the game. It's even comparable to some ARs at the same ranges. Below 90 meters, it is a 4-shot kill to the body. Past that, you'll need 5 shots or 3 to the head at any range. Compared to other marksman rifles like the SKS, the Mini-14 performs better at every distance. But to get the most out of it, you will need to fight from at least 60 meters away and higher when possible. Today's build boosts the magazine size to 30 rounds, increases the muzzle velocity from 650 to 751 meters per second, and improves both control and stability so that you can shoot without having to slow down your fire rate. I have also kept the handling high enough to strafe while aiming, which helps a lot at any range. And with all of that said, let's get into the attachments. We begin with a Mini-14 that has absolutely nothing on it, and instead of starting with the barrel, we'll start with the handguard. The one that we want is the Mini-14 Advanced Frame System, and aside from the slots that we get here, we also get a whole bunch of control and handling all for free, which is always nice to have, so let's put this on. Now, as you can tell, we got a whole bunch of attachments to put on the weapon, so let's begin with the barrel, where we put on the only one available, the Mini-14 Enhanced Barrel. This will increase our range, muzzle velocity, the control, the stability, hurting our handling and accuracy, but we do not care so much about both of those stats. The plus 14 meter range increase is huge, right along with almost giving you 100 meters per second of extra muzzle velocity. The stability is always nice, and the control happens in the vertical direction, along with a little bit of extra firing stability, which actually is kind of useful for a weapon that has this high of a fire rate, even though it's single fire. Next up on the muzzle, my preferred option here is the silent suppressor because it gives us the most amount of range and muzzle velocity increases, along with a special stat for just single fire control and stability. Only single fire weapons can really make use of this. The downside to it is that you will have decreased fire rate, but I almost never naturally reach the 590 rounds per minute fire rate whenever I'm at a normal distance. Therefore, I actually really don't mind that this decreases my fire rate by almost 80 rounds per minute, because in exchange you get a whole bunch of muzzle velocity, that special stat that you saw there, and a lot of control and range. If you don't want to slow down the fire rate at all, then the Sandstorm Vertical Compensator is another great option, because although it doesn't give you any muzzle velocity, you do keep the high fire rate while controlling most of your vertical recoil. And if you're going for this, then I know that you're going to be using the weapon at a much shorter range. But let's continue here with the silent suppressor. Let's put it on. Next up on the left and the right rail, for both of them, you're going to be putting on the KC Hound handguard panel. Each one of these increases your stability by 1 point, which is a huge change when you have not added any stability yet. And speaking of stability, let's go for the foregrip now, where we put on the folding grip. This gives you the maximum amount of stability for a foregrip, while also helping out your handling a little bit, giving you extra ADS speed, sprint to fire delay, and ADS movement speed. So let's put it on. Now, the optic is all preference, but just as a reminder to keep using the weapon at a decent range, I do enjoy going for the Viewpoint 3x scope. You could really go for any one that you want here. Another great option is actually the Russian Accuracy 2x scope, but again, it is all preference, and this truly helps me remember that I really need to use this at 60 meters plus. So let's go for the Viewpoint 3x scope for now. Then for the magazine, the Mini-14 30 round magazine is the one that we want here because of the very high fire rate. 30 rounds is going to go quite quickly when you're spamming your fire button. Next, don't forget to put on the mag assist for that extra 1 handling point for free. And last but not least, on the stock, as a surprise, I have found that the lightning rail stock is the best one here. That is because it increases your ADS movement speed by a huge amount, gives you a huge boost in handling also, which we really need right now, and it only lowers stability by 6. This means that our stability is still going to be quite high, while at the same time allowing you to strafe left and right and use your weapon against other MRs that just really don't expect you to have this kind of mobility. Pair that with a very high fire rate, and you've got a weapon that you can use in a lot of different scenarios. So let's put on the lightning rail stock. Now, this is the finished build before the calibration, so let's take a look at the the detailed stats before we actually calibrate it so that you can see what will be changing. The damage fall off multiplier has increased all the way from 90 to 114, but this will not change due to calibration, so let's move on to the control, where you can see that our current single/burst vertical and horizontal recoil is really good, and this weapon really has no horizontal recoil at all, so all you care about is the vertical here. Our current firing stability is also very good, which will come in handy when calibrating. This is not a weapon that you're going to have to control a lot, so you can most of the time just spam your fire button. Next is the handling, where you can see that we have definitely made it worse, but that's okay because this is still a very good ADS speed for something that you're only going to be using at 60 meters plus, more or less. We are going to improve it after the calibration though, so this is going to be very interesting for the amount of strafe speed that we are going to get. And last but not least, on the stability, our breath sway range is actually pretty good. This is going to get a little bit worse, but that's okay. Don't forget to hold your breath every time you're shooting, because it does reduce your recoil by a little bit. And the current lens stability while firing does not need to be that low, because this weapon naturally does not have much shake, which is the reason why we're not actually moving it down to 0.3x or something. We would rather use those stats elsewhere where they can be better used. So now let's move on to the calibration to make the weapon even better. Starting off with the barrel, where we move the weight limit all the way to the minimum for the extra ADS movement speed to make sure that you can strafe faster than any other marksman rifle on the field. Then for the length, also move that all the way to the minimum for the extra ADS speed, since we do have very high muzzle velocity already due to the barrel and the suppressor. Next is the foregrip, where we move the thickness all the way down to the minimum for the extra ADS movement speed here too. Stability when moving is really not going to be that useful for us, so it's okay to hurt it a little bit. Next up is the stock, where the weight limit goes all the way to the maximum for the extra control. That way you don't have to focus so much on controlling the recoil as you're spamming fire. And then the thickness all the way up to the maximum also, so that we can counteract that little bit of firing stability that we hurt earlier at the cost of some hip fire aim speed, but that's okay because we are going to be at pretty decent ranges. And last but not least, on the optic, I do enjoy moving the eye relief all the way down to the minimum because it lets me see a little bit more inside of your optics window. Now let's go back to the detailed stats once again so that you can see how it has changed. Damage fall off has not changed at all, so moving on to the control, you can see that our vertical and horizontal both are actually much better. Our current firing stability is exactly what it used to be before, which means that we are barely going to have to control this. The faster you shoot, the more recoil you will feel, but this will be minimal no matter what. Next up is the handling, where our current ADS speed is not the greatest, but again, you are supposed to be using this at marksman rifle ranges, where ADS speed is not nearly as important. What is important though is the ADS movement speed, which you can tell we have improved by quite a decent amount. This will allow us to strafe and make sure that people don't hit us as easily at those longer ranges. And last but not least, on the stability, barely anything has changed. The breath sway range got a little bit worse, but nothing major, and the same thing with the movement stability, but everything else has stayed exactly the same. And now that you know the stats, and we have dialed in our attachments and calibration, let's hop into the firing range to see how it handles. This first magazine, I'm not controlling any of the recoil, I am just spamming as quickly as I possibly can, and as you can see, the recoil is mostly just upwards like this. Now for the second magazine, I am controlling the recoil to try to keep every bullet inside of that little circle, and as you can tell, that was super easy to control. But if I hold my breath, it's going to become even easier, and now I barely have to really move the weapon, and as you can tell, the amount of stability that we have is enough to go through a full magazine. You can fire the MINI-14 so fast that the time to kill is actually comparable to some ARs at longer ranges. This makes it one of the most powerful marksman rifles in the game. You should definitely give it a try if you have the trigger finger for it. And now that we have the build locked in, let's jump into a fun game in Shafted to see the setup in action. Enjoy! Whoa! That surprised me. We're in Shafted today with the Mini-14 playing as Luna for a recon class. Let's see what we can do here today. Oh, you're here. Yeah, there we go. Sadly, it does take a lot of shots to actually get a kill. Unless you land 3 to the head, it's gonna take 4 shots to the body. But on the bright side, it is the Mini-14, so you do have a very fast fire rate. Due to how many shots it takes to kill and the fire rate of the weapon, I do think 30 rounds is the best, so that's what we got going on here. She's gonna kill me, maybe not, actually. Well, get you first. No way he kills me, right? There we go. This is why strafe speed is actually really good. That's why I tried to go for it, because you're gonna be going against people with a little bit shorter ranges than you would think. Take out my pistol. There's so many. I need to run. Oh, I stole my teammate's kill so hard right there. One more shot. There we go. 56 meters. Very easy. I think that cone is actually stopping my bullets. That is embarrassing. I saw too many people there. Oh. Yes. Good. A lot of people know exactly where I'm at right now, and I do not like that. Gotta make sure to run away after some suppressive fire. Over here to the right. Don't want to show up exactly where they saw me already from. This guy had no idea that I was there. Ooh. There she goes again. I wonder if I'll be able to take her on. Okay. If she hits me one more time, I'm dead. Oh, someone else killed her. Never mind. Where are they? You do have to lead people a little bit, because the muzzle velocity is not amazing. Where was that? Oh, I see her. That's what I was wondering. I believe I might die here, though. Never mind. They got rid of my respawn beacon on the left side, so let's go to the right now. Somewhere around the point. Ooh. Wow, wait a minute. Hold on. There's like 11 of them, and they're all one shot right now. That's it for this guy. Shoot you in the leg a couple times here. I wish I had more ammo. Even 30 is sometimes not enough on this one. It's gotta be somebody around here. Oh yeah, I see you. You too. You three. Let's go. That's what the Mini-14 can be good for. Whoa. I definitely don't recommend you hit fire with this one. As you saw, the accuracy on this is not the greatest. By any means. Notice how using the Mini-14, I am trying to get a little bit closer than you would really think you would. With a Marksman rifle, because the time to kill is not too bad at these ranges with a Mini-14. Where's that from? It's not nice. How about you? Ooh, 2 shots. Oh yeah, at that distance, she's mine if she pops out again. What distance is that? 110? That's perfect. We're gonna be doing full damage. Where's she at? Get a couple points here for free, hopefully. 1. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Love me some free points. I hope you do too. Some of the most important things about the Mini-14 is that you really have to remember that you're only going to be dealing 25 damage per shot with this guy. So you want to be shooting as fast as you possibly can and land your shots at the same time. Let's just get him. There we go. Nice little headshots. Marksman rifles are perfect for that scenario. Usually there's somebody right here. Where are they? Oh, wait. I know you're... Okay, there's no way that guy kills me. She thought she was gonna revive her teammate. No way, Jose. Oh yeah, perfect ranges here. This is exactly what we want. This 87 meters is perfect. You can pretty much spam your fire button without really worrying about the recoil. Wait, did I just get shot at from all the way over here? Where do you think... What do you think this is? Come on now. Come on now. 69 meters, nice. Get her some free points. I like... Oh my god, so many free points right now. I love this. Even in the air. Oh no, leave me alone. Where's that from? Oh, it was probably you, huh? Yeah. Good job, team. That is bad, that is bad. Unless I don't die, then it's great. Shooting him in the hands, that'll do it. Eventually you'll kill him. This is a perfect spot for somebody who's playing recon. There we go. We kind of have a head glitch going. It's not really the best one, but it works. Oh yeah, just what I like to see. At this range, you're definitely better off by using just your regular pistol. Let's bounce this off the wall so I can catch a couple people off guard. No way he just did that. He was not expecting that. I don't know why he dropped. That was crazy. Gonna pop out to the left here. No, I'm so dead. The most important thing that you really have to remember with the Mini-14 though, is that you're only dealing 25 damage, so you pretty much absolutely have to shoot as fast as you possibly can. Just to the maximum fire rate of the weapon. That guy's definitely gotta die to my shock charge, right? Yes, let's go. I cannot believe I just killed her. She had 2 health apparently. No way he does it again. Okay, that was a different person, but he did it. He actually did it, the madman. Okay, we gotta hold him off, hold him off. We'll be fine here. 171 tickets, we can definitely do this. It's not bad at all. I'm gonna... Oh, hey. Couple of you here. Okay, hold on, I gotta heal. I got a guided missile, I might as well use it at this point. We're already here. Wait, did I use it on the right place? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. There we go. Would have been embarrassing if she would have gotten me. There's like so many of them here. I got another one? I actually couldn't see that guy, but I got him. Got a lot of kills there. That was good. Definitely one of my best guided missiles. Stay at range. You don't want to be too close. Remember, you can spam just like I am right now. You can do that with a Mini-14, and that's what you need to do. Let's go, team. Yes, let's go. That's enshafted. The Mini-14 still works for it. You'd be very surprised at the ranges that you can use this gun at. But you should probably change the optic if you're going to be using it like I was there. In the comments down below, let me know what you thought of this Mini-14 build, and if you have a way to improve it even more. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Owl out.